Hey, what up, y'all? It's D-Side on YouTube back again. Uh, Today is not about music. It's not about mental health or anything like that. Today, I'm gonna just be talking about one of the things that I do to make money, and that's serving tables. I've been working in the restaurant industry for about a year or so. I started off as a busser, then I moved up to being a host, and I moved up to being on to-goes, and then I moved up to being on serving. So I have a lot of experience for people who want to start serving and who just have started serving and needing tips. Like if you're in the restaurant, you're trying to make more money. Awesome. Came to the right place. So first things first, I just want to say that mindset plays a major role whenever you start serving. Sorry, I stutter. If you come into the restaurant pissed off or tired or feeling like you don't want to work or you don't want to be there, your customers are gonna know. They're gonna be able to tell. Especially the first couple customers whenever you first get there. Like today, I was so tired whenever I came in the restaurant. I started talking to customers. I didn't get as good of tips because I wasn't in a good mood and I had to reevaluate my mind space. So a good way to get your mind in the job and get you prepared for what you're doing is what I would always do every day before a shift, especially when I first started. I wrote down my goals. I wrote down my goals for the day, how I could do a better job, and I would take my information from the previous shifts that I worked and I would just build on them. So if I didn't get enough food ran, I would be like, focus on food running. If I dropped a tray, I'd be like, well, don't drop a tray. That would be my goal. Those are just some examples. Obviously, you're going to have different ones. And you can even do it after you get off the shift, just to remember and learn your lessons. But I like to do it before a shift because it gets my mind on the job and it gets me in a place where I know I'm gonna be making money. Second thing is just look presentable. Obviously, like at my restaurant, we have to wear uniforms. Every restaurant probably has to wear uniforms. I have yet to go to a restaurant where you don't have to wear uniforms. But you know, if you can, just hang up your clothes, make sure they're not too wrinkly. Try not to have any food. Like I know the restaurant industry is a very messy job, but if you if you just smell got bad breath, your hair is messy. Obviously, my hair is like curly. People comment on my hair all the time, but I keep it just because I like it. I like how it looks. But you know, whenever you don't look presentable in the restaurant industry, it's like, why would I want this dirty person touching my food that I'm about to eat? I want it to be good. I don't want the dirt in my food. You know, and you don't want to smell bad. Spray some cologne or something. Just get to a point where you are feeling confident, because if you feel confident, the more money you're gonna make. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the actual making money and increasing the margins for your 20% so that you could potentially take home a lot more money. I love upselling. It's one of my favorite things to do. At my restaurant, we sell sauteed onions and mushrooms more. We can add them to your steak. We can put cheese and bacon bits on your steak. All types of stuff. And it really doesn't matter what that is, as long as you're selling it and as long as you're getting it sold. So like if my customer came in and they ordered a steak, I'd be like, sauteed onions and mushrooms okay on that? They'd be like, yeah. And then they'd offer, they'd say, oh, I want a mashed potato. Cheese and bacon bits on those mashed potatoes okay? And at my restaurant, they charge extra for those little things. And those little items add up, especially if you sell 2 or 3 of them. And a key thing that I do to sell more is just implying that it's part of the meal already. So whenever I'm like, sauteed onions and mushrooms okay on that, not, do you want sauteed onions and mushrooms on that? Because then their brain is going, no, you're trying to sell me something. So if you just imply, hey, this is part of it, but it's not, It's not. That's where you're gonna make more money. Okay, so this fourth thing is something that I actually picked up from another YouTube video. I cannot remember for the life of me what person said this, but I did notice on my tickets whenever I would read the card and I'd take it and it'd have the name on the card, like the Visa card holder, and I learned the name. If I wrote down the name on my receipt, because also whenever you're giving out checks, always write thank you, come again, I appreciate you guys, it was a pleasure taking care of you, stuff like that. It just helps people feel special, especially if you write them notes. I think when people read that, it creates a more unique experience, just because not a lot of servers will actually do that. A lot of servers just drop off the blank checks, is what it is. But if you go the extra mile and you learn the customer's name after they give you your card and you're like, thank you, Mr. Maldonado, or whatever their name is. Honestly, it doesn't really fucking matter what their name is. You know what I mean? You just make them feel special. You make your guests feel special. They're gonna be more likely to tip you. Obviously, friendliness is a major part, but on the receipts, I always write, thank you, have a great day, it was a pleasure, whatever. If it's Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, shit like that. That's always gonna make you more money, especially if you write, thank you, Mr. Maldonado, on there. And my fifth and final thing is just don't get caught up beefing with your coworkers. Don't get caught up in the workplace drama or standing around talking to everybody about who said this and who looked at who this way and all this stuff. It doesn't matter, because everybody's gonna go home and nobody's gonna talk about it the next day. And the less time that you spend talking, the more time you'll spend making money, creating a good guest experience, running food, actually providing value, and your managers are going to notice it, because especially if you're taking the steps to watch these videos and learn how to be a better server, you're gonna get really far. Anyway, guys, that's my last tip. I hope you guys have a great day. If you would like me to make more videos about serving and how to make money in the restaurant industry, leave a comment, leave a like. Obviously, this is like my first video just talking about like random shit like this. I typically talk about music or whatever, but I want to help you guys get a bag, you know what I mean? I really do. So leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go into this Whataburger and get me some chicken strips. Peace.